Today's video is going to be a little bit of my personal story, but mostly I'm recording it for my friend who came over the other day and shared what she's going through right now. So she is doing an online project for her job, and she met this man through the video call with other people on a call, and she felt a connection with him. So they've been talking through the text messages, then they started calling each other, and he is planning a visit to see her because they live in different cities. And then in the conversation, she finds out he's married. And she's like, Marie, I don't know what to do. I feel so attracted to this man, and he seems to be very interested in me. How do I do this? So he's saying his marriage is very unhappy. Him and his wife don't live like husband and wife anymore, and things like that. And that reminds me of my personal story, where years ago when I came to this country, I met this man, and he was not hiding the fact that he was married, but he said that they are not together really. They just together for their child, because when they started seeing each other, she became pregnant, and his parents insisted on the marriage, but there is no relationship. They live in the same apartment, but sleep in different bedrooms and things like that. So I believed, of course, because that sounded reasonable. And he said that in this state, in order to get divorced, you need to be separated for a year, and that's what he was starting, the process of separation. And I think about 10 or 11 months after, he told me that she was pregnant. And he said also that that would be a great thing, because that would mean that she was cheating, because that's not his baby. And long story short, 9 months after, we found out it was his baby. So this man was practically giving me words that I wanted to hear. And I realized that this man is not only the cheater, he's also a liar. And with my story, the person actually did get divorced. But I was faced with realizing for myself that, do I want to be with this person who didn't just cheat on his wife? And as a result, I also found out that she thought that they had a happy family. Also, I realized the person lied to me. So cheater and liar does not sound like a great mix for starting a serious relationship. So, and as I learned during my life, that a lot of times when men and women definitely feel unhappy in their relationship, they start looking around. And of course, all the situations are different, but most of the times they will tell you that things are very bad in their family, and they don't mind, and the wife is cheating or whatever else. I just want you to know that a lot of times that wouldn't be true, and a lot of times what they want from you is just to feed off your energy, and that intense spark that you feel and he would feel too, that would be mistaken as a real connection, as a real love that the person would feel for you and you would feel for him. So my simple rule of thumb, that I personally do not want to do anything with married men, and I understand what it feels like. You feel like you have a real connection, and you think that things will be different with you because he's explaining that things are not great with his wife, and you think, oh, this time it's going to be different because it's me, because it's our connection. But I want you to understand the difference between lust and love, and real connection and convenience. Because a lot of times you are very convenient for a married man, because he needs this extra spark, extra fun on the side, so he could just stay there where he is unhappy. So you are sharing your precious energy, your precious energy, you're giving it to him, And he is there only when it's convenient, when it's easy for him, when he's hiding, right? And this man that she is talking to, she realizes that right now he is planning a date with her. So planning how they will be hiding around, planning things that they will do. So it just seems that it is very normal to him. So I explained her that really you only have 3 options. One of them is just completely walking away, realizing that you do not want to deal with this, and that's what I would do. But in the case where it seems like, oh, this could be different because this feels so real, this connection feels so deep, and this attraction feels so great, I would say you can go for it and be one of probably many women that he is cheating with. And you'll be forgotten very soon. I mean, you would have a great time. He would take a lot of your energy. He might give you some too. It would be fun. And if that's your goal, just to have a good time, I'm not gonna judge you, right? I'm not here to judge, but really I want you to understand that if you do want a real love, if you do want a real relationship where your man would treat you like you are his one and only, I want you to understand that going for this date and hiding behind, I don't know, the closed hotel room, that would not make you valuable to him. And if there is a small tiny chance of this man ever leaving his wife and being with you, it's only when you set your boundaries and show him what your standards are. So you can tell him that I am not a mistress material. I am a one and only kind of woman material, and I cannot do this. You need to figure out your situation first and then come back and check with me if the spot is still available. But there is a small chance that this man will see your value and would go through his divorce and be with you as a result. But then at the same time, you could be starting a relationship with the man who was ready to cheat. For him, it seemed like it's normal to plan a date, to plan to hide, to plan to go in a hotel room after dinner. And you need to realize, if it is normal for him to do that right now, what would make it different for him to be different with you when you are in a relationship with that man, when planning a little affair on the side is a norm? So, and also the fact that lying at the beginning of the relationship does not set strong foundation for a good relationship. Strong feelings, they don't always mean real connections. The intense spark can feel like a real soulmate connection, but it's not. It's just an illusion. And sometime after that, you will realize that this man would be using you for when it's convenient, for when it's easy to hide. But then you'll be probably one of many other women that he does that with. I hope you can see here that attention does not mean serious intention. And some people don't really want you. They just want to feed off your energy, and they want that comfort, that spark, that distraction from their everyday life with you. I hope you stop making space for people who don't value you, who only show up when it's easy for them, when they want a little extra fun. I hope you learn to choose yourself the same way that you want someone else to choose you. I hope you stop waiting for them to change, because practically they have already shown you exactly who they are. Don't hesitate to walk away and free that space for the right man. Another rule I have is that I like to treat people the same way I expect to be treated. So in a situation with a married man, I understand there is a woman on the other side who possibly thinks she has a happy marriage, or possibly thinks that she doesn't have a happy marriage, but at least she would expect her man to come to her and communicate. And if, let's say, she is willing to tell me that yes, I absolutely don't mind, to me, I still want my man to be divorced before he pursues a relationship with me, because that's the right thing to do. And that's where I would say no to a married man just because there is another woman, and I would never want my man to do that to me. And for my friend, she knows what she wants, and she actually wrote it down like I recommended, exactly what kind of man she wants. And I'm saying, does that man fit everything you wrote? And she said a lot of what I see really fit here, but the fact that he is not available can change everything. And as soon as you energetically free the space for that right man, he will show up in your life. And just as a little encouragement, I want to mention that there are 8 billion people in this world, and about half of them are men. Let's say 5% of them are available and single and looking, right? Still, how many do you need? How many men do you need? You only need one. And when you realize that you only need one, when you know what you want and how you want to feel, just wait for it. That man will show up. The man who will love you, who will cherish you, who will value you, who will respect you, who will treat you like a queen, like one and only. That's what we all want, right? And when you know, when you communicated it, just wait for it, it will show up. And when you stop being starving for that relationship, when you stop being unhappy without it, that's when you just relax and trust that as soon as you're ready, as soon as the timing is right, it will happen for you. And just be very open for new beginnings and for new things. Invest time in yourself. Start doing some self-care. Develop your hobbies. Spend some time with friends, people who fill you up with good energy. Imagine that that person who is meant for you would not even see you if you don't free that space next to you. So go ahead, don't hesitate. Just free it and know that it is gonna happen for you. You will meet him, but only when you relax in your energy, when you don't starve for that connection and relationship, and when you just relax and know that that person is coming when the timing is right. So if this video was helpful, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And also in the comments, if you have anything to share, if you have similar stories. I think a lot of us have been in this kind of situation, and if you want to share how it worked out for you, or if it didn't work out for you, because it could be encouragement for other people to know that things are happening, things are coming for you. And for my personal story, what happened to me is that right around the time I was giving a right man, and that's why my breakup was not painful whatsoever, because I met another man and he happened to be my husband shortly after. And I know that whatever is given to us, it's all good, because there is always a good lesson. But the lesson that I learned it for good. And it's always good to learn on other people's experience, on other people's mistakes. So this way you will save yourself a heartbreak that could be a lot more painful later on than it would be now. So that will be all for today, and I will see you very, very soon.